are Geekcentric, and you can be too. Love ya. Get home safe, guys. Peace.
Welcome to the Geekcentric podcast, and welcome to our special Behind the Geeks episode for Marvel Studios' Agatha All Along. If you're joining us for the first time, well, we are Geekcentric, a podcast covering the world of movies, TV shows, toys, collectibles, gaming, and all things Geekcentric. And today we have some fantastic interviews with some very bewitching people from Marvel Studios' Agatha All Along. Before I introduced who we had the chance to talk to, a huge thanks to our friends at Marvel Studios Canada and Disney Studios Canada for setting up these interviews. These are 3 in-person interviews that we had the opportunity to do here in Toronto around the time of Fan Expo. So we got asked to participate in this junket, and we had a great time. I was fortunate enough to talk to the showrunner, executive producer, and director, Jac Schaeffer. You might know that name because she was the creative mind behind WandaVision. And then Nate had a chance to talk with Joe Locke, best known for the hit series Heartstopper on Netflix. And he is joining the MCU as a brand new character known as Teen. But not only that, Nate also had the opportunity to sit down with Agatha herself, Kathryn Hahn. So we got some really great interviews for you. We pinch ourselves every time we kind of just say, wow, we got to do that. And we got 10 minutes with each of them. So again, a huge thanks to Marvel Studios Canada and Disney Studios Canada for setting it up. Before we get to our interviews, one quick little note. This is the kickoff to our Agatha All Along week. We will have a spoiler-free review for the series that will drop on September 18th. So later this week, we're very much looking forward to talking about it and sharing our thoughts. It is the perfect show for this time of the year, the spooky Halloween season. And I think Marvel fans and WandaVision fans are really going to love it. Be sure to subscribe to us so you know when that episode drops. And Agatha All Along streams exclusively on Disney Plus beginning September 18th with the first 2 episodes premiering. Also, if you want to watch these interviews on YouTube and see Nate kind of gush over talking with Kathryn Hahn, you could do so at youtube.com/geekcentric. And I'll also just put the links in the show notes, so might maybe make it a little bit faster for you to get over there. But without further ado, let's get to these interviews. First up is our interview with Agatha Harkness herself, Kathryn Hahn. Enjoy.
Hey, Kathryn.
Hi.
My name's Nate.
Hi, Nate.
Thank you so much for joining me on the Geekcentric podcast.
My absolute pleasure.
Welcome to Toronto. How are you doing?
I love this city.
Yeah.
It's got kind of the perfect weather right now.
Yes.
Fall.
Yeah. Yeah. And
LA is
weather
hot.
for Agatha.
It's perfect
Right?
for Agatha.
Yes.
I know.
Well, this is such a delight getting a chance to chat with you. I'm freaking out a little bit. I was also delighted and surprised to hear you and see you perform live at D23.
Were you there?
I nearly lost my voice screaming so loudly. What was that like for you?
Oh, we did not know what to expect. And so it was such a blast.
Yeah.
And we were there with the Lopez's, which was awesome. And then, we just saw the amount of fog and we were like, wow. Like, how are we going to get through it? But it was so fun. Just to hear that response too was like really buoying. We were so excited.
Yeah, I waved. Did you saw me?
Yeah,
I think
we made eye contact.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
at one point.
for sure.
Well, awesome. You're here for Fan Expo Canada.
Yes.
And you've got a really great panel coming up that I'm excited for, but
Good.
I don't want to wait till then to talk about Agatha All Along.
No, we need our own private time.
Right now.
100%.
I want to start with the music in this show. Is incredible. And you've got Joe, who had his Broadway debut.
I know, the most beautiful angel voice ever.
Gorgeous. And then you're starring alongside Patti LuPone.
I can't even take it in.
So it's a no-brainer that there would be some musical performances in the
Yes,
show.
it would have been a lost opportunity.
What is it like to explore the deliciously evil Agatha, beyond the song that gave us this title?
Mm. Well, it was, I think, very clear after WandaVision, after knowing that this was even a possibility of her having her own show, that music was going to be a big part of it in some way. We
Mhm.
didn't know how exactly, or if it would function the same way as in WandaVision. It transforms a little bit in this show, but that the Lopez's would be a part of it because they really got that tone,
Yeah.
and that um but definitely it was baked in from the beginning. Like, she's, Agatha's a ham, like, she's a performer. She's a diva.
Yeah.
Like, she loves that kind of grandeur, and so I think it was a no-brainer for all of us that was a part.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think it's too much of a spoiler to say that there's a bad cop interrogation moment that I absolutely love.
Thank you. Yeah, listen, I did too.
Yeah. Now, speaking of Joe, I love
Yes.
Agatha's relationship with Teen
I love
in the
him.
show.
I love Teen and I love Joe.
Is there any similarities between Agatha's relationship with Teen and your relationship with Joe?
I don't think that I give him as hard of a time.
Yes, that's what he said, actually.
Really?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
exactly
that's
what
awesome.
he said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love him so dearly. I
Yeah.
really do. I feel very like mama bearer about him. But
Yeah.
he doesn't. I mean, he's handling it all so well. He's so poised, and
Yeah.
he's an incredible person.
Yeah. We're the Geekcentric podcast.
Yes.
We're fellow geeks, right?
Yes.
And I'm sure as a Marvel actor, you've been asked this many times, but I'm going to put a spin on it.
Okay.
Because the show puts spin on things.
Yes.
So I am going to ask the age-old question: who would you like to see Agatha team up with in the MCU, but in a Broadway musical?
Okay.
Come on.
It's interesting because I think it would have been the same answer I would have given if not in a Broadway musical, which is Loki.
Oh,
I feel like we would have a lot of delicious fun. And I
two
hope
biggest drama
I
queens.
hope somebody is listening.
Please
I know.
call Kevin right now.
Because I think there would be a lot of pushing each other off the stage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. A lot of fighting for
Yeah, the spotlight.
spotlight.
Mhm.
I love that. Oh, that's a better answer than I was thinking. Doctor Strange or something. but
Oh,
no.
yeah.
Yeah, I like Loki a lot.
We need
That's
some
great.
mischief.
Yes.
Mhm.
Now Agatha and her coven
Yes.
have to travel down,
Yes.
down
Down.
the Witch's Road.
Yes.
And at the end of it, they're
Pretty far down.
They're very far down. They're granted their most sort of personal desires,
Mhm.
or at least that's what they think. And for you, I hope this isn't too much of a personal question.
Sure.
What's at the end of your Witch's Road?
Oh, golly. I mean, I think it is probably contentment and just happiness and being present.
Yeah.
Yeah, being present would be the best.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tough
just to
these
be able
days.
to, it's very tough in any day, just to be like here now at all times. I mean, I'm here now with you,
Yeah.
but like all the time would be really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll all get
Thank
there.
you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, the show, the look of the show, the sets, the
I know the
costumes.
costumes. My Daniel, who designed them, is one of the most special human beings and
Incredible.
incredible mind.
Now, again, Marvel, we don't want to give too much away. Without giving too much away, is there a specific episode that features one of those maybe sets or costumes that you're particularly excited for fans to get to see? I know.
I think that it happens pretty early on, but I think I mean, I think it's in all I think the road is pretty special when you really get to see the scale of it.
Yeah.
I don't think we really do in the trailers, but
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, and speaking of those different costumes, I like how each member of the coven kind of have their own
yes,
colors, their own color palette.
yes,
And I obviously Agatha is purple.
mm-hmm.
Is there a particular shade or color that you've always sort of preferred or sort of glommed onto kind of thing? Like,
I mean, my favorite color had always been either between a blue or a green,
okay,
which is interesting.
yeah, like a
Mhm.
is that a chartreuse? Would that be what that is?
I mean, which is interesting because isn't it purple
Oh,
when you add them together?
blue and green. Oh, I don't
No,
know. Blue and red.
blue and red.
Purple.
Yes. Oh, which is
What? Whoa. Okay.
that's very interesting.
Yeah, that is
Mhm.
very interesting.
Mhm.
Very, very
Mhm.
interesting. And you know, I ask, I get the chance to chat with some really wonderful people in this industry, and I
Mm.
always like to make them a little uncomfortable with this question.
Okay,
You
bring
ready?
it on.
Is there anything in this production of Agatha All Along? You know, obviously, it's so easy to talk about the incredible people that surround you,
Yes.
but for you, Kathryn, is there anything that you are personally proud of that you were able to contribute to this production?
Oh, I mean, I was going to make a joke and say we found an incredible vegan burger place and
Oh.
fed the crew, and it was delicious in Atlanta. Um, I think that I was personally very proud of contributing like uh, I felt like a great welcoming committee with Jack,
Yeah,
like to set the coven like grouping together. I felt really proud of that
yeah,
because a lot of I had just been a newbie to the MCU, and I remember how Lizzie really took like a lot of care um with me to kind of like show me the ropes. And so it was really important for me to do the same to these incredible, ridiculous, amazing cast. So
yeah.
I felt really proud about like setting everybody off on like a really fun ride together.
Down the road.
Yeah.
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 Oh, I love that.
It was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, that's got to be a really good feeling, especially with like someone like Patty LuPone.
Oh my gosh. Who also, meanwhile, it's not like everybody needed that. I just was like,
Yeah.
it just felt like at the beginning felt really fun,
I love
really
that.
sweet. Yeah. And
Very
then it kept growing and just became this like, we really did become a coven. It's
Yeah.
weird. Like we really, really did.
Well, you know, with the Coven, it's cool to see this show sort of breaking a lot of those stereotypes
Yes.
of witches.
Yeah.
Is, you know, for you, what was that like? How did you find some of that more authenticness or authenticity in terms of kind of approaching the modern witch?
I met with a witch a
Yeah.
lot in Los Angeles, and she was incredible and really grounded for me. It was like very like it felt like it was like in the earth, like very, very connected to the earth. And also, everybody in this coven was in some way a real witch. Like, Patty would say she is a witch,
Yeah, a Sicilian
a
witch.
Sicilian witch,
Yeah.
and she really is.
Yeah.
And we did tarot. We had crystals all over the place. We had little altars. Like we really tried to like ground it in, so it didn't feel like it was kind of this cartoony thing. That
Yeah.
it felt very sacred.
Yeah.
And so that was, even my costume had like this amazing witch who had a coven in LA had sewn these gorgeous runes into my beautiful like purple like road witch look, the robe
Wow.
that I had. So
Yeah.
everything
So it's
felt
real.
it felt very um baked in
Yeah.
to it from the beginning.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, Kathryn, I could talk to you forever about
I
the show.
know.
I got to wrap up, but this was so delightful.
Oh my gosh, more.
I can't wait
We'll
for
have
the
to do it.
panel later as well.
Yeah,
I'm
that'll be
excited to
fun.
see it. I'll be
Okay,
there.
good.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
I
a
can't
pleasure.
wait for you to see the rest of them. They're so fun.
Oh, I want to see what's at the end of the Witch's Room.
And
Yeah.
exciting.
Cool.
Next, we have our interview with Joe Locke.
Hey, Joe.
Hi.
My name's Nate. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me on the Geekcentric podcast. How are you doing? Welcome to Toronto.
It's good to be here. I've never been to Canada before. So
Never.
Never. I'm loving it. It's great.
I mean, besides the Isle of Man, you've been across parts of the States, I'm sure. But
Yeah. It's it's nice to be able to do these things and see new places.
Very cool. Well, I'm delighted to get to talk to you today. I was also delighted and shocked and surprised to see your live performance at D23.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I was screaming. Like I nearly lost my voice. Thank you very much.
Oh, good.
But
That's what we wanted to happen.
yes. But for you, what was that like being on the opposite side of over 12,000 fans in that arena?
It was terrifying.
Yeah.
Terrifying, but amazing. It was a very surreal experience, and to do it stood next to Patti LuPone.
Yeah.
She was also absolutely terrified, which made me feel so much better. I was like, if Patti LuPone is nervous, then I am allowed to be nervous.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. And to feel a connection with Patti LuPone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on. Well, now you're here, and you're going to be at Fan Expo
Yes.
Canada. I'm excited for that panel, but I don't want to wait for that panel to talk about Agatha All Along.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. I want to start with the music. Your congrats on your Broadway debut.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
For Sweeney Todd is incredible.
Yeah.
And with this show, as we've already been talking about, you're starring alongside Patti LuPone.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer that there'd be some musical performances in the show.
Mhm.
What's that like for you getting to join Marvel, but then at the same time flex your musical skills?
Yeah, I mean, we filmed all the musical stuff way before I found out I was doing Sweeney, so it's almost like that. This almost came first, which is like a weird thing. But there was a moment we were recording, and Patty was in the studio before me, and she was like, they were like, "Well, should we warm up?" She was like, I'm good. Patti LuPone doesn't need to warm up. She's fine. She's got it. She belts out her top notes. They're like, "Joe, it's your turn."
Oh.
And for a moment, I was like, right, I've got to follow that. But then I was like, oh, I can't ever follow that. So it's
Yeah.
almost like there's so much pressure that there was no pressure.
Yeah.
Like everyone was like, you're not going to follow Patti LuPone. So it was fun. And she's amazing. So yeah.
That's awesome. That's cool. I'm really, every time, you sing or any of your cast members sing in the show, it's just like, let's go. And
Yeah.
I cannot get the down song out of my
I'm in
head.
the club. It's been 2 years and
Oh.
I'm still, yeah.
It's so good. Your character, Teen, just Teen, for now in the 4 episodes that I've seen. Very interesting friendship with Agatha.
Yeah.
I wanted to know, you've been getting to do some fun stuff with Kathryn, and she hosted Kimmel, and you were on with her there on your first late night.
Yeah.
Are there any similarities between Agatha's relationship with Teen and Kathryn and your relationship?
We are much nicer to each other than Agatha and Tina, but it's almost like maybe we take out like the not niceness to each other out when we're actually acting, which is fun. But also, I feel like you can, when you're like close to someone is when you can be mean to them.
Yeah.
Like the trust we have with each other to just like go for it in
Yeah.
those scenes is because we have such an affection for each other.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't work if we didn't. You when you feel really comfortable with someone is when you can really like go for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're having jokes, I'm sure,
Yeah.
up and down.
Oh yeah.
Now we're the Geekcentric podcast. So we're a bunch of geeks.
Great.
You're being in the Marvel world now, you're gonna get asked a very specific question
Mhm.
many, many times. But I'm gonna put just like the show puts a little spin on things, I'm gonna
Great.
put a spin on the question.
I'm excited for the question.
Who would you like to see Teen team up with
Ooh.
in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but in a Broadway musical?
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, who would be good in a musical?
I'm so sorry to stump you.
No, it's good. This is a cop out, but I actually think Agatha
Yeah,
would be the best. She's the most actress of them all.
of course.
So, but that's a cop out.
Yeah.
So sorry, but
No, that's okay.
that is it would be my answer.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I also would love to see Teen interact with like Doctor Strange
Oh yeah.
in some
That'd be
way.
cool.
Maybe they're in like a universe where it's a
Yeah.
musical universe or something like
But they
that.
yeah, like in Captain Marvel, where they have to sing.
That would be absolutely.
The Marvels, yeah.
Yeah, the Marvels. Now, in this show, your characters have to go down the witch's road.
Yeah.
Did I get that right? Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. You're counting. Yeah. And their greatest desires will be granted to them at the end. I hope this isn't too personal, and I mean, it probably feels like you've already been down the witch's road.
Yeah.
But for you, as Joe, what's at the end of your personal witch's road?
Oh, probably just my life staying as happy as it is now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
Just like maintaining. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the level of success and some of the stuff you've been doing is got to be so mind blowing.
Yeah, it's very, you have to sort of detach yourself from it in a bit, It's very like not real life.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I'm loving the look of the show. I think I've heard you talk about minimal CG in the show, and the effects folks are always so phenomenal with what they do.
Yeah.
But the set design, the
Yeah,
costumes
it's amazing. It's amazing.
are unreal, so creative.
Mm.
Without giving too much away, is there a specific episode that you're excited for fans to see featuring one of those sets or costumes? I know it's tough to talk about with any Marvel.
There are ones that I can't say,
Okay.
but the ones that I can say, I mean, like just the Witches Road in general, I think people are gonna be shocked at that everything was real. Everything that you see on the screen was there on the day.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah, each episode is just like I'm always just blown away, and that's got to be so much fun. It looks like you're also having a blast with what you get to do, and
completely having a
some of these
blast. It was the best time.
Yeah. I think lastly, I just want to kind of, this is so exciting for you to get to do this. Is there anything, in terms of during the production of this show that you are specifically proud of, that you were able specifically to contribute? Because I talked to a bunch of wonderful people in this industry, and they love talking about everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
But for you, is there something that you were like, I did that?
I mean, being a part of it was amazing, and being able to work with Jack and Mary and the creative team to really craft Teen into like the character that he ends up being, it was great fun. And getting to riff off Kathryn, there's the personal proud for me isn't even a big one. There's a bit in, I think it's maybe episode 6, where there's a bit of improv that I did that they kept in.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, like they kept my improv in. They think I'm funny. It's great. Yeah, which that was a personal pride for me. I think being around these like comedic geniuses as like Kathryn and Aubrey and Sashir, Deborah Jo Rupp. I mean, she's like, she steals the show in my opinion. I think she is everything she does is just makes me cackle out loud.
Yeah.
Like the 6th time watching like episode 2 when she's like, am I supposed to know this song? Makes me cry with laughter every time.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah. But, being surrounded by those people and then to like, I don't know, for that moment for me, I was like, oh, I did something. Great.
So cool. And I mean, even her, like, I seeing her at the D23 performance, and she's rocking out.
Everything she does she just makes me laugh so much.
It's so nice. Cool. Well, Joe, thank you again. This was a delight getting to chat with you. I'm excited to see you at the panel.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see where the show goes.
I'm excited.
And I'm stoked to see the end of The Witch's Road.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Great.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
And lastly, here is our interview with showrunner, director, and executive producer Jac Schaeffer.
Jack, thank you so much for joining us on the Geekcentric podcast. I've seen 4 episodes, and I am loving the show. It is so much fun. How does it feel to finally have Agatha All Along out in the world?
Oh my gosh, it's such a thrill. I mean, with both WandaVision and Agatha All Along, they're puzzle box shows.
Mhm.
They have unfurling mysteries.
Yes.
And it's years of our lives that we keep these secrets under wraps. And so to finally be able to just start talking about it, it's like a big exhale. It's so great.
Yeah, it's very relieving to now like just share it with the world.
Yeah.
Get it out there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After living in that project box for so long, I can
Absolutely.
totally imagine. Now, obviously, we're going to talk about the show, but before we do, I'd love to just get to know you a little bit more. I was actually at D23 a couple weeks ago, and I went to the Music of Marvel panel hosted by Michael Giacchino, and it featured Christoph Beck and Kristen Anderson Lopez and Robert Lopez.
Yeah.
And he asked them a really interesting question that I would love to ask you. We're talking about a TV show that has some musical elements. I want to know if you had to choose one musical and one TV show that best represented you as a person, what would they be and why?
Oh my gosh.
I loved it.
Okay, sorry. One musical
And one TV show.
and one TV show. Musical, stage musical, or
You decide. I'm going to leave that up to you.
Oh no.
Okay.
This is so hard and so great. Okay. Okay, so the musical is going to be Singing in the Rain.
Okay.
I love it so much. It's so beautiful and so perfect and so joyous and effervescent. And also it's about our industry.
Right.
And it's a fabulous commentary on our industry while also not being sort of like exclusive or esoteric. Like it's so accessible.
Right.
And the songs get in your blood, Like,
Yeah.
that's what you want out of musicals. You want to leave the musical singing. And then movie. Oh God, I can't both. I'm picking both that have like a centered character that is a.
Well, pick TV show. TV show.
TV
because,
show, not
yeah,
movie, right?
Not movie.
TV
Yes.
show.
Yeah.
Oh, Twilight Zone.
Oh, okay.
100%.
Okay, that makes sense.
No regrets. Twilight Zone.
And that's like both of those are very fitting. Like
Mm-hmm.
even the way you described Singing in the Rain and the musical elements that are featured in Agatha All Along,
Mm-hmm.
and then also just Twilight Zone being like each episode feels different upon
Ugh.
itself, but still pulling at a really big mystery, as you were mentioning before.
Absolutely. The
Yeah.
mystery piece and the creepy vibes and the tonal shifts every time and the deep dive into a distinct character and world every single episode.
Mhm.
It's a feat. I
Yeah.
mean, he had like 6 brains. I don't know how he did that. I'm forever
Well,
amazed.
with this show, it definitely gives me the vibes of WandaVision,
Mm-hmm.
a show that I absolutely adored. It kind of kicked off this whole Marvel Television, Disney Plus era, and again, pushing that mystery box. But what's interesting about this is it feels like a spiritual spin-off of WandaVision. So how did you balance like keeping that tone of WandaVision, but also doing something sort of fresh and new with Agatha, given the fact that it's a different character that we're focusing on?
That was very much the intention, is how do we recapture what worked about WandaVision, what was delightful to the fans, what was moving to the fans
Mhm.
in WandaVision, but do it new and have it be surprising. And I mean, the process of that was I mean, some of it was very sort of like clinical of like, I had lists. What do I diagnose as the success of WandaVision? And if we're making a show on Agatha, what does it need to have? And so it was like, we got to have the hair, makeup, wardrobe. Like,
Yes.
got to have the theatricality in the camp. This is who this character is. She is a performer above all. Got to have the music. Can't do the show without the music.
Right.
Want the mysteries and the sort of the surprise twist rug pulls. I mean, that was so much fun, both in crafting it on WandaVision and watching the audience hook in and then be like delighted or infuriated by it. Like,
Right.
that's what you show up for.
Right.
So it was that, but like, we can't retread, which is, you've seen the first 4 episodes.
Correct.
Yeah. So that's why at the end of the pilot, we break out of the TV format. Like, that's a very rigorous,
Yeah.
very clear overlay,
Mhm.
and we shatter it. And then moving forward, the genre allusions, the pop culture allusions are a little bit, they're kind of more expansive and not so structured. It's not such a box the way WandaVision was.
Yeah. So you're kind of expanding that world a little bit more, which
yeah.
you can definitely see. And I'm digging it. Even just listening to you talk about it, I just want to go back and watch those 4 episodes. The one thing I wanted to ask you, because you've spent so much time with Agatha, developing the show. Do you see her as a villain, or is she just misunderstood?
I don't think she's misunderstood.
Okay.
I think it's really clear that this woman is a liar and a performer, and she is out for number 1,
Mhm.
and she'll stab you in the back and she'll slice you in the neck. Like, and she's not apologetic, right? Like,
Right.
she's clear on who she is. I mean, I see her as a villain in that, like, we live in a world that is binary, and
Right.
we use labels, and that's how, like,
Yeah.
if you're going to put her in a box inside the MCU, sure,
Sure.
she's a villain. What I think separates her from a lot of the other villains, like in this world of the MCU, is that she's not out for some like universe galaxy scale plan of like domination or submission or like controlling mass
Yeah.
groups of people. Like, she doesn't actually have any of those designs. She, like, her kink is witchcraft,
Right.
and like her kink is power. That's
Right.
what she wants. And so she's interested in anyone who has it as well.
Right.
And she will hurt people if needed, but that's not her agenda.
Right.
So in that way, I think that she's a complex
Yeah.
villain and an unusual one.
Yeah. In my mind, I feel like she's not necessarily a villain. She has like villain intentions,
Mhm.
but like to your point, there is that box that exists in the MCU that we might put her in.
Mm.
But what's interesting, especially even with something like, WandaVision and Agatha kind of exploring some dark tendencies, it might just be a point of perspective to really understand the characters.
I think
right?
that's correct. And I think, that was the thing. So like, Wanda, when we start WandaVision inside of the MCU, she was, she's a good guy, right?
Right.
But what was interesting to me and to my writers, to the writers on the show is like the dark spots, you
Right.
know, where is the darkness in there? And that's always what I'm interested in any of these characters.
Kind of unraveling
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and with
absolutely.
Agatha, you know, we saw in WandaVision that her mother told her she was bad.
Right.
That's a narrative she has been fed.
Mhm.
And is that actually true? I don't know.
Yeah.
But like when your parent is the one telling you that that's fact, that does something to a person.
Yeah, absolutely. I can totally see how that is going to unravel itself in this series. You know, one thing that I really love too is that the show is very much kind of like WandaVision is very much redefining the modern witch, and it's breaking away from stereotypes. It's bringing about a conversation around that. You know, working with your writers, how did you want to preserve that authenticity and give new perspective in a show like this?
Yeah. Well, I speaking about the writers, I mean, that was day one. We were on two tracks. We were like, who is Agatha? What do we want to say about her? And who is a witch? And what do we want to say about witches? And so, you know, we did an enormous amount of research, both historically and also sort of
Pop culture,
exactly. And so I don't know. I don't know if it's about like fresh take on witches. I think what the writers and I wanted to do is like reclaim a lot of the stereotypes and play with a lot of the stereotypes, but not get boxed in by anything.
I love that.
We can do, you know, there can be pointy hats and there can also not be pointy hats.
Okay.
A witch can be anything.
Yeah.
And so I think that's really what it was. Is like when we want to wear the thing, we'll wear the thing, and when we don't, we don't. But doesn't change the inherent witchiness of a person.
I love that. That is such a great response. I have a fun question for you. You know, each Marvel show, in my opinion, seems to offer a new lens for us to like kind of look through and see the MCU. If you could bring a character from the MCU, just pluck a character from the MCU and put them into this world, who would it be and why?
Oh, I answered a similar question recently, and I'm like, can I use her again? I mean, well, can I answer with two?
Sure.
Okay, so I just like in the MCU, someone who I love is Valkyrie.
Okay.
Like I just think she's spectacular, and I love Tessa Thompson. And it would just in that case, it would just be like I just want to work with Tessa Thompson. There's another character who's a supporting character. She was in She-Hulk, and I loved her so much. And she has like a joke in She-Hulk about like Jake the goat, which like witches and goats and like yeah. And so she plays this character Madison, who's hilarious. Her name is Patty Guggenheim, and she's so funny, and I just wish her in more places in the MCU generally.
I would love to see that. I think she would fit, like you said, like she's already got a bit of a connection to the mystical world from what we saw in She-Hulk. So I think that makes total sense. Jac, you are an absolute delight. Thank you so much for making the time to talk to us and coming to Toronto to do it. As I was mentioning, I'm stoked to see where we go with The Witcher's Road and how it ends. And this show is just, it's already got its hooks in me like WandaVision did. So I thank you for your time.
Thank you. It was
Awesome.
lovely to meet
It was
you.